Hello, welcome back. It is Outriders time. The Outriders demo is out. Pretty pumped. Try not to think too much about it. It's obviously not working as I'm doing videos and playing this demo as much as possible. Even though you can only get to level 7, it's cool. Thoroughly enjoying it. I have been playing the crap out of the Trickster. This class is insanely fun to play. I think that this game has really big potential to be the next big thing. Kind of hoping it is. Pretty over playing Call of Duty multiplayer and definitely Warzone. That's not what I'm feeling right now. This could be a big thing we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into the in-depth character analysis with my potential build in the future, as well as going over skills and some resistance info, what have you been playing? What class? The tank is super fun to play. That's the next video I'm going to work on, the tank class. Then I'm probably going to do Pyromancer and maybe then the Technomancer. So if you want to see more of those videos in the future, don't forget to sub to the channel. I'll be planning on covering this game for quite a while. All right, let's get into some of the building information that I think is important to pay attention to, especially as you're building your character in the real game. Obviously, we're not quite there yet. This is still the demo, but I think it's worth going over regardless. First things first, you want to pay attention to all of your bonuses provided by your gear, primarily your weapons. Each weapon is going to have different special abilities. I've noticed that every blue rarity item or higher, I'm assuming higher than blue rarity exists. Again, don't know for sure in the demo. I've only seen blue, but everything blue and above has had special abilities. One of the better ones that I've really enjoyed are the chance to not consume ammo on criticals. So this is a light machine gun, not necessarily the best for the Trickster. Preferably I'd have either a shotgun and some machine gun or a shotgun AR. And the freezing bullets are also very nice. Again, just keep an eye out for these. You want to have a synergy in your build, right? So the Trickster is all about being up close. That's why the shotgun and the submachine guns absolutely do work. But fortunately, I haven't had that luck in finding the actual weapons meant for this class, but I'm sure that'll change if I keep grinding. And then the same thing also applies to your armor, but your armor is going to have also a different set of buffs regardless of color, usually green and up, or it's going to have the buffs either for anomaly power, meaning your damage and ability strength, and also weapon bonus damage and max health. So those are going to all be part of your gear bonuses. Obviously not on the level 5 tarnished boots there that provide absolutely nothing, but again, we're out here grinding. So, and I don't know what button it is for other platforms, but on Xbox, if you hit right trigger, it's going to pull up a detailed look at your statistics, which I think is super helpful. Shout out to VZ, my friend, who eagle-eyed that and found it. I was wondering where all the numbers were, so this is super helpful as well. This is going to show all the bonuses provided by your gear and your skills, so it is going to factor in your skill bonuses as well. The critical chance, very nice, critical hit bonus damage, and then there's going to be the modifier adding to the damage with your criticals, and a bunch of other important information. But generally you want to take a look at the big numbers here, right? So the anomaly power is going to be obviously your skill damage bonus, and armor is armor, how much you reduce damage taken, and health, just simple basic stuff. Moving on from the items, going to go over the skills real quick. So my favorite setup has been this: left bumper temporal blade, middle set of skills slow trap, and right bumper is non-negotiable. So far you can only unlock 4 skills in the demo, but right bumper or hunt the prey is non-negotiable. You need that. It appears to me like every character has a mobility skill. This is the Trickster's mobility skill. It's amazing. Gonna teleport magically behind an enemy, point blank range. That's where the shotgun comes in, pump right to the back of the dome. And you also get a shield bonus. So not only is it good to reposition and get up close again, it also provides you with a shield bonus, which is super helpful. And in this game, running away is not the move. You don't want to run away if you're dying. You want to just get deeper into the fray. Trickster has life leech bonus on close range kills. So if you are close and you're getting kills, you are going to pump your health way back up. So that's my mobility. It has a cooldown of only 11 seconds. Amazing. You need to run that at all costs. The middle one here that I like is slow trap. Really good. It is super good for putting up a bubble around you and making all of the bullets that come into your bubble or pass through it. So if you choose to leave the bubble, it slows them down. So A, you can dodge them, and also B, you can just see where you're being attacked from. Very, very handy. Doesn't do any damage to your enemies, but it will slow them. So when they're in that bubble, they're very slow, very predictable. Makes you feel like a lightning god. You can just run around, zip, 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 and all of a sudden you're just behind everybody getting in free kills. And then Temporal Blade is really good, but there's an argument to be made that you could ditch this for Twisted Rounds, which we'll go over next. Temporal Blade is a skill that has damage interrupt, so anytime you're fighting enemy altered or basically bosses or the harder guys that have their own sets of abilities, interrupt is what you are going to be using in order to stop them from getting their big wiener moves off, their big Johnson attacks, their super moves. Just a quick peek at what the game wants you to know about this kind of stuff. I'm going to explain a little bit more in depth, but there it is for your own eyes. So you can interrupt them. They do slowly develop a tolerance to your interrupt skills, so you got to keep an eye on that, and eventually it'll get to a point where you just can't interrupt at all. But this Temporal Blade is super powerful. It essentially feels like it just melts everything it touches. Some of the altered, again, will walk it off. So those are the 3 skills I've been using. One of the ones that I think is cool, but I didn't really think was super great. Twisted Rounds, it's going to supercharge your current magazine. I will say it's really cool when you're waiting around with your friends after you've killed some people and you're moving on to the next area or whatever. You can just make your gun glow nice and blue. So I've got some footage of me using it. It definitely is the most swag-based skill. So if you're looking for swag, this is your go-to right here. But it's going to add a certain amount of weapon damage to each bullet in your clip. So it seems to me like using it in a shotgun is a bad idea. You only get 6 bullets with the pump actions so far that I've seen. So if it's going to add 128 damage to each bullet, wouldn't you just rather have more bullets? So this would be better to use on like a submachine gun or an assault rifle. Moving on to class. This tree makes me very excited. I like in-depth character building. I have absolutely no idea how deep we're going to be able to go, how quickly, how many trees we're going to be able to fill up, if we're going to be able to level up each tree to the fullest. But from what I've seen so far, I know exactly how I want to build my character in the not-so-distant future when this game is fully released on April 1st. So I always tend to look at the end of the trees to see what I want to work towards. This bottom tree for the Trickster is going to be focusing on your anomaly power, so your skills. It's going to buff up all your skills with that are going to be using your anomaly power. It's going to add flat damage and power, which again goes back to the inventory when you check out your buffs. So all of these will be contributed to your anomaly strength. The middle one, I believe, is going to be more so tankiness or sustain. So there's a lot of healing skills in here, a lot of shield stuff, whatever. Boring. That's not my thing. I don't need that. This is where I want to be up top here. This is what exactly how I want to play this character, right? So this is all about the Tricksters being close as possible. You want to get into your enemies behind, right up in there. Just stick it way in nice and deep. And this skill tree is going to focus on close range damage, not anomaly damage, but weapon firepower. Increase your weapon damage just flat outright. So a lot of those around. It's going to be cooldown of movement skills, which again, I think that the teleport skill behind enemies is the most powerful one you have. It's your way to get into and out of trouble, as well as healing yourself with shield and providing a different angle of attack. And then there are a couple of these along the way that are just, man, give me that shotgun master buff right now. I loved using the shotguns in this game, partly because my aim isn't that good, especially in third person. So shotguns, you just you get close, you shoot the gun, and things tend to die really quickly. So shotgun master, that's going to be the first thing I work towards. There's going to be some other bonuses that obviously I can't really explain too much without having play tested them, but a lot of some passive buffs there as well. So these are just going to be good skills to add on. And also one of the things that I like about this class is because you're up close pretty much all the time, or at least you should be if you aren't being a bot. You have really strong melee, and obviously melee is point blank, and so there are some buffs towards melee and attacking from behind, which again is going to stack with the teleport skill. So this unforeseen end is going to be really powerful in combination with that move. This tree ends with that skill. Cold calculation. For each enemy in close range, your weapon damage is increased by 8%. My God, that's going to be so sick. I just like YOLO rushing. Like in most games, I like to YOLO rush. Some games, you're actively punished for it. Looking at you, Warzone. Why would you YOLO rush anyone when you could just sit behind a window all game and whatever? That's not important. But what is important is that skill is going to be awesome. I love running into crowds or nests of enemies. And so this skill is going to make it the more the merrier. Get in there, the more enemies, the better. It's just going to buff your damage, and it's going to be so sick. So this is the tree I'm going to be working on, the assassin tree. Cannot wait for this game to release fully. That's about it for my in-depth analysis on the Trickster for Outriders. Hopefully you liked it. I am curious though, what class are you planning on playing? Why? And also, if you picked a build for this character in the future that isn't the one I picked, let me know why you decided to be an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea if this build's even going to work. It just seems like really fun and very viable. But let me know your thoughts on the demo. I am curious. I'm going to let Cause and Effects play us out here. If you like the video, you know the drill. Like it, comment it, subscribe it. We out here trying to turn 5 cents into a penny. So, or wait. No, doesn't matter. Thanks so much. Hopefully you catch us on the next one. We out.